Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll be learning a little bit about the upcoming softball season, and my guest today knows a little thing about softball here at Troy. Beth Mullins, head coach of the softball team.
Yes.
Beth, thanks for joining me here today.
Thanks for having me. I always enjoy being here.
And, of course, softball coach and reigning Sun Belt Coach of the Year. Got to brag on you a little bit there. The good way to start off your Trojan career by getting a little feather in your cap at the end of the season there.
Yeah,
So.
I try to tell the girls it's kind of the Team of Year award because, it doesn't matter how good, your vision is. If they don't buy in and execute it, it doesn't really matter. So I gave that was like staff and Team of the Year award right there.
But you've transitioned, now you're year two, get that one under your belt. So talk a little about the transition and getting things ready for the second year.
It's some people say year two is the hardest because your girls just kind of think they know everything, but it's kind of been the opposite. I think, they do know a lot more, so everything's been a little easier to transition the freshmen in. We have 5 this year. It felt like we had 26 last year. So only having 5 freshmen and our seniors have been incredible in kind of bringing them up and teaching them how everything's been done. So it's been a smoother, in my opinion, preseason so far, but our expectations are higher this year than they were last year, so we've got to play a little bit better.
And of course, I guess with that experience that with the players last year, I guess it makes it a little bit easier to make the adjustment starting preseason and working into that. So.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't change anything we did as a staff, so they, it wasn't like we threw something new at them. They're very familiar how I work and how my staff works, and so it's very easy. They know what to expect, whether that's craziness or what it is. But they know how to get out there at practice and what we expect them to do, and they've learned how to fight and finish. And the couple of the key words we ask them to do a lot.
And finish, and that's something that you see talk about, and that's one of those things where some of the games last year you saw maybe looked good, and then towards the end the wheels fell off the cart, and I guess that's what you're trying to look for in using that term finish. So.
Yeah, and we use it a lot in conditioning because we tell them there's so much more in them than they think they do. When they think they're dying, they have so much more in them, and it's kind of, we talk about trying to win the late innings of games, and I don't know if we lost an extra inning game last year, and I think we were pretty good in one-run ball games, and my job is to just get them even better at it because, yes, I mean, whoever can win the late innings of a game is going to win a lot of ball games. So that fight and finishing at the end is going to be key for us.
Crucial. And let's talk a little about the schedule and the tough start of the season. I don't know who set up the schedule for you, and if it was you, but you got, 14 of 15 first games.
We're at home a lot.
At Troy. So that's got to be a good thing for you to have that many home games to start the season. So.
It is. Well, first of all, we have an amazing facility, so I don't ever want to leave our facility. I'd have 56 games at home if we were able to do it and the conference would let us. But we have a great fan base and we have warm weather. And last year it was brutally cold in a lot of places in this country, and a lot of people wanted to come south. So we opened our doors and we host 3 tournaments the first 3 weekends. So I'm excited. I think the weather's going to cooperate as much as it can, and we expect a lot of people out there, and I think the girls are going to put on a good show. And we've got a lot of really good teams coming to Troy, and that's exciting.
Well, and not to mention a lot of good teams coming to Troy, but a lot of good teams on your schedule this year. You're looking at a lot of tournament teams and including a couple of World Series competitors on the schedule there as well. So you've got a little bit of competition on the schedule here.
Yeah, I mean, our goal is to be in the NCAA tournament. I mean, that's our ultimate goal. So to get there, you need to play teams that have been there and know how to be there, and you got to not compete but beat them. And I think that's our goal, is to by the end of the season be in the postseason and know how to compete against teams that have been there before. So I love our schedule. I think it's extremely balanced, and I think we have a very good ability, and we are very capable of winning a lot of those ball games.
And let's talk about the overall the schedule there, but fine-tune it a little bit to the Sun Belt and how things are looking. I know it's early on, but looking at last year, transition this year, how do you think you guys are going to kind of fit in the pack there with the Sun Belt?
Yeah, Sun Belt's amazing. I mean, we were 5th in RPI last year, which is it's incredible. I mean, there's no weekends off, and there's no telling. I think it's a toss-up of all the teams. I mean, there were a lot of brand new coaches last year, and I think all of them did an extremely good job of keeping their teams extremely competitive. So, I mean, our job is to win the conference, and I think this team is very capable, but I think there's a lot of teams in this conference that can win it. So It's going to be fun. Every weekend is going to be a dogfight, and I love that. It prepares you for the postseason.
It prepares you for the postseason, and an opportunity to, once you get to that conference schedule, maybe get that Coach of the Year award again at the end of the season.
Hey,
So.
I don't care about them. I want to be in the postseason. I don't care if that means we win 1,000,000 awards or none. I don't care.
But if you make it to the postseason, there's a pretty good chance you might get that again. So
well, we'll see.
Well, let's see if anybody out there wants to check y'all out. When's the season start up for you?
February 12th.
Okay.
At 5 p.m. I believe.
5
at
p.m.
home.
At home, and a chance to see four games that weekend.
Yeah,
of that
4
tournament?
games the first weekend, 5 the next 2.
All right, so a lot of opportunities for people to
Yes.
see the Trojans at home at that wonderful new complex.
Yeah,
out
we
there,
did not fail. It was very exciting.
All right, well, good luck with the season. Thanks, Beth.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.